go. Oh my goodness. Am I alive? Am I alive? I don't know. Am I alive? Hello? Am I alive? Oh, I don't know if I'm alive or not. Tell me if I'm alive. I see that there are people who are here before me. Oh, interesting. Is Fwip here? Oh, hey, Craig. Oh, my goodness gracious. So it looks like I am live. Okay. Well, then. So it looks like I'm here. And so this whole thing, originally, everybody does Fwip Wednesdays to show works in progress. And then I never could get around to doing a Fwip Wednesday, so I started doing Fwip Thursday. But today's Friday, so it's going to be a Fwip of Fwiday. And that's my story, and I'm stuck on it. I do have to say I really have not been very active on YouTube in the past few weeks, and now I'm coming back. So anyway, and also I'm trying to speak up. My computer has issues. It grew up in the same household I did, so it's no surprise it has a lot of issues. Anyway, so if you are having audio issues, I really don't know how to fix it. I have an external mic that's plugged in, and I'm trying to just trying to make it work. That's all I can say. So let me tell you, I really don't have many Fwips. I have a lot of finished objects. Okay, here. Let me show you these little booties. They're so cute. I probably showed them in another one. I don't recall. Anyway, I found this adorable little pattern. I think I did show them before, and I gave attribution for the source when I showed them before. If you look, I'll put a link in the pattern or in the description or something like that, because I think they're adorable. Hey, Granny D. Hey, Star. Everybody's here. Oh, I'm so glad. We have 11 people here, which I think is pretty good. Now, this is the thing that's been consuming me this week. Look at my sweater. It's great. This is all scrap yarn. This is all scrap yarn. I worked very hard to make sure that the sleeves, or that the stripes worked up together. Okay, now that I've shown front and back, I'm going to put it on. Don't be frightened of the vision of me without glasses. I'm frightened of what I see without glasses. I'm frightened of what I see with glasses, but that's another story over there. Anyway, I took your basic standard crewneck sweater pattern, and there are tons of them online. And I just customized it with yarn that I had. So the hem at the waist and at the two sleeves has matching yarn. I have matching stripes up. Well, the sleeves are meant to match exactly. I have matching stripes up the bottom, I'd say third of the front and back panels, and then In the front, I had this tile effect with different colors. So I'm actually pretty pleased. It fits pretty well. I might make some adjustments to the neck to bring it in, but otherwise I'm pretty pleased with it. I really, really like it. So, oh, thank you, Denisha. I'm very pleased with the sweater myself. Thank you, Fiber. Thank you, Granny D. Fiber Spider says it looks like Mr. Rogers merged with Punky Brewster. Oh yes, yes. It's interesting. I mean, I think I've got all the loose ends sewn in now. But the first, when it was actually all assembled, I put it on, and then I showed it to my sister, and she said, "That's interesting." And I'm going, okay, so that's interesting. I like it, and that's what matters. I'm the one who's going to wear it. I never had any idea of inflicting this sweater on anyone else. Oh, hi, Deborah Womack. Hi, Heart Song. Hi, Star. Anyway, so what other things have I done? This, I might have shown this before. I really don't remember what I've been doing lately. I have, as I say, I've been absent from YouTube for a few weeks because it's, yeah, winter's always tough on me. I just gotta say it, it really is. So anyway, this is a Which Way Fillet blanket. This, if you recall, I had a packet of baby yarn from Lion brand. And this was one of those surprise things where you could just basically order a packet and not know what you're going to get. So I wound up, they promised either 3 skeins of solid or 4 skeins of patterns and or variegated, and this is one of the 4 skeins of the variegated. I actually quite like it. This is pretty much one entire skein. So, and this is a shawl I made with most of one of the skeins of the other pattern. I got 1 skein in this, and then I got 3 skeins in this. So this is pretty much the same yarn in different coloring. This is a block stitch shawl. I think I've shown it before and given attribution to the pattern before, but you can see the coloring there. I still have 2 more skeins of this, and I will figure out what I'm going to do with that later. Oh, excuse me. Very tired. Haven't been sleeping all that well. What else have I been up to? Okay, here is a scarf. This is, now, it's the same yarn as what's here. This all of this yellow yarn, it came from frogging a sweater that oh goodness gracious. Well, I had various reasons to frog it. So from that yarn, I got this scarf. I got a lot of this sweater. there's a blanket on its way to Melanie, hooked to the left, that is made from this yarn, and I'm sure I did more things with it. But anyway, this is your basic tile stitch or block stitch. Also, you know, don't look. You can find these patterns easily, just either on Google or any pattern source where you go. Just search for tile stitch, block stitch, and you'll find this sort of thing. Even on YouTube. What else do I have? Okay, here, whoops. This is a scarf. Isn't it pretty? It's a corner to corner granny stitch. I'm not all that crazy about granny. I'm not all that crazy about corner to corner, the traditional corner to corner. But this stitch is so easy and so fast and so effective. Just look at that. So this is going to go in a box. This also is going to go to Melanie, hooked to the left. If you do not know hooked to the left, please look her up. I will also include her channel link in the description. What did you say? Bite my tongue? Okay, Denisha. Denisha says it looks like cornmeal. You make me want some cornbread now. Let's see, what do we have here? A cute blanket. I'm not sure I know Bob Wilson 123. I know why. Anyway, and then my most recent thing that I've completed is this sweater. This is, the pattern is by Dana, Triple C. What is it? Creatively Created Crochet. Oh gosh. I'll link that also in the description. I can't remember. But anyone who knows this community knows Dana as Triple C. And this is her pattern. It's a latticed double crochet with a large hook, and it's really not that difficult. I added a single crochet border around the neck. It's supposed to go over a tank top or a t-shirt or whatever you want. It's sort of a summer weight thing. It's not meant to keep you warm necessarily, but it's cute. I like it very much. I've also been doing a lot of hats. This is a puff stitch hat. I used to have a puff stitch hat pattern memorized, and this is the result when I tried to remember it. I might write it down, but I can't claim it as my own. Let's see, what else do we have? Other things. Let's see, what do I have beside me? Oh, what do I want to do? Oh! This is the yarn that I made that shawl out of, the pink and white shawl. I have 2 and maybe a third skeins left. I'm not sure how many yards it is. It feels lovely. It's about a 4 weight. I'm trying to figure out what to do with that. I quite like it. This is another yarn that I like. I had one of these, and let's see. Now, what I see is mirror image. So I don't know if you're seeing reversed or exact image. So anyway, this came from Hobby Lobby. The colorway is called Pearl Fleck. It's a 4-weight. It's of course 100%. No, 90%, 97% acrylic, 3% viscose. It's 605 yards. This was, now the list price on this is $9.99, but I got it the other day when they were having a 30% off sale on all of their yarns. So I had one of these and I bought 2 more and I thought, ooh, that'll make a beautiful sweater, don't you think? I'll make another cable knit sweater out of this. There is no news about my there's no news about my sweater that would not die, the cable sweater. I haven't decided whether I'm going to publish it and charge for it or just publish it for free. I don't know yet, but I like the way it turned out, especially since I modified the sleeve things. Because this model that I have, that I've worn on camera a number of times, is a little bit, the sleeves are a little bit too puffy. But since, actually with this pattern, which I based on, hello Hook Hook. How did you get into working with yarn? How much time have you got? With this sleeve, I think the proportions are right. I did an inset from the body, which I did not do in my cabled sweater pattern. And then I made sure, 100% sure, that the number of stitches when I finished the sleeve after all the expansion, I did the sleeve from the wrist up. I made 100% sure that the stitches at the top row matched the number of stitches I would have to be joining it to. If that's not completely clear, I will, oh hi Naughty Canuck. I will try to explain it further in another video possibly. If I get the video set up at some point, I might do a tutorial about some of the points with the sweater. Okay, what else have I got going on for current projects? Okay, the sweater that I made, this sweater for my sister, wasn't quite the right size, so I have plenty of this particular yarn left, and I'm going to make another, and this one I'll just give away. Going to make another and try to fit her size a little better. And what else do I have? I mentioned the Pearl Fleck yarn, which will make a great sweater. Oh, this is something I picked up not too long ago. This is a Lion Brand mandala cake. I adore Lion Brand mandala cakes. Lion Brand, are you listening? I love you. Anyway, the colorway on this is called Groot, or if you speak German or Dutch or Afrikaans, it's gold. But G-R-O-O-D, gold, or greed, or whatever the hell you want to call it, but it's pretty. I have 2 cakes of this. I was thinking I might make an Allison Russell baby blanket with this. But other things come to mind. I haven't done a blanket in a while, so I might just do another which way fillet blanket. Hey, Hook Hook. Let's see. Named Colt. Dutch Garbage Company. Oh, hi, Doneen. Fiber, yes, it is very pretty. Now, I also have this particular colorway, which I've made a lot of things with before. So I started to make a particular pattern with this, and then I decided it wasn't as much fun as I thought it was going to be. So it was actually, it was a lot of flashy technique and not really worth the output. So I frogged it. I had only, I don't know, maybe 5 rounds, 6 or so, in that blanket. So I have 2 of these as well, and I've done shawls, I've done blankets in this particular colorway because I wound up with a ton of it. So I need to figure out what to do with this because I have 2 cakes of this left as well. I think this is the one that's called Valkyrie. I am not going to sing Ho to Ho. Well, maybe I will, depends on. Buy me a drink and I will. Let's see, what else do we have? So, let's see, I've been making a lot of hats for Have Not Hate. I've been making scarves, like the one I showed you. Maybe I'll send this. I don't know if this will fit anyway. To Hooked on the Left. Her mother has a foundation where she helps young, disadvantaged teenage pregnant teens, really. As soon as the baby is born, a whole new level of legal restrictions are there. So by that time, the program is to be able to prepare them to be on their own, or at least to move on to somewhere else. But for the pregnant girls who sometimes are escaping abusive families of origin or abusive relationships or who knows what. So anyway, that's why I was making some of the booties like I showed you. Here's one, it fell on the floor. Isn't that cute? One of the packages I sent to them had a bunch of baby caps. Now, a number of people, including myself, have sent a ton of baby blankets. I think we've got enough baby blankets to start a store. But all of the other things, the infant wear, the baby caps, that sort of thing. Also, things that the young mothers can use, that sort of thing. I will include a link to Hooked to the Left if you are not familiar with her. If you are not, you should be, because she's a wonderful gal, for one thing. Her channel is highly entertaining. And this foundation of her mother's is truly worthy of our attention. Okay, what am I missing in the comments? Let me take a look. Let's see. Naughty Canuck says, I'm so very upset with you. There are not enough hours in the day. Oh, Naughty Canuck, obviously you need to be crocheting full time. That needs to be everything you need to do. Fiber, Tanisha, yes. I'm still terribly hurt that Denisha loves Fiber Spider more than me, but what can I say? To your head, that's... Oh! Nautica said something about this particular This is basically a styrofoam wig hat. It doesn't have a name. This hat pattern is one that I created. It's there's a link to it in the description. The pattern is free. It's on my blog, and you can see it's basically all front post double crochet with a very organized decrease so that it looks pretty cool, I think. But the description is in my, or rather the link to the pattern is in the description. So I'm rather pleased with that. Oh, I didn't show you these. Last week was Valentine's Day. I saw these. I cannot remember where I saw these. This is basically a granny square that is expanded into a heart. Isn't that cute? And then my sister, who is as passionate about counted cross stitch as I am about crochet, she received a package from one of her suppliers, one of her correspondents, one of her enablers, if you will. And it included a crocheted heart. And I thought, oh, that's cute. Let me take a look at that. And I thought, oh, I can do that. And I did. So it's cute and it's so easy. I don't really see a need to write this out. If I do write this out as a pattern, I will make it a free pattern. Honestly, I don't know whether writing patterns for money is I will create patterns. I will publish patterns. I don't know whether charging money for them is something that satisfies my longing. I don't know whether it suits me inside and out. Anyway, so what else am I missing? Naughty Canuck. Oh, it looks like you all are just having a good time amongst yourselves and ignoring me. And, Fiber says, it's a lot of work, but I think it's worth it. Well, that applies to a lot of things. I think you're talking about creating patterns. I keep telling everybody that I'm so sorry that you're hungry or bored or that your arm ripped off. I love you, Naughty Canuck. Well, Heart Song Creations says I have to eat. Well, fortunately, I have a few calories stored up for just such a period of deprivation. Speaking of which, what do you think is happening in, the Southwest? My friends in Dallas are having a horrible time, and the politicians are busy blaming someone else rather than providing any kind of relief, which is to be expected, of course. But, I have a dear friend who is there with his wife, and they have a son who is who has challenges, let us say. They haven't had power. They haven't had heat. I'm not entirely sure they've had water. And, all of this it's tragic, really. It really is. And of course, there are people all over the country who are having all sorts of troubles, but in Texas especially, and in the Southwest, And well, the Southeast, where it's affected, it's really hitting them very hard. Now, Star says she's in El Paso. Haven't had any problems with the power grid. Naughty Canuck says, charge at least 98 cents per pattern. Oh, honey, $98. Or maybe somewhere in between. Hook says, my mom is in Fort Worth. She had to take shelter in the church. Exactly. And it's still that way. I mean, here it is Friday of the same week. And, you know, I try to stay out of politics because it just makes me angry. Any kind of news just makes me angry. But this is awful. The people are dying because of the cold, and people are not getting the assistance that they need. Let's talk about puppies. I love puppies. Let's see what do I have nearby. Oh, I'm not sure I showed you people, but this is a card that I got. This was made by Tess of Tess Loves This Yarn. She also does these custom cards, and it's so beautiful. And it says, the more people I meet, and inside it says, the more I love dogs. And I think that's true. And I think it's perfect for me because I had a miniature Schnauzer growing up. Okay, what am I missing? Oh, Breakout in Song? Did I miss it? Oh, God, I have to scroll up now. Hi. Okay, I think I'm totally missing whatever a joke was, but that's okay. Let's see. The spider can't help it. Of course he can't. I want you all to know, in addition to being a master at creating YouTube tutorials and entertainment, he's also a genuinely lovely guy. But don't tell him I said so. He might get a big head. Okay, what else shall we talk about? Oh, I do lie. All the time. Just ask my sister. Or anyone who knows me. But, oh, hey, Mandala Sparkle. I've seen you in other chats. I'm glad to see you here as well. So we have 14 people here, and we have 12 thumbs up. I'm very happy about that. Please. I don't know how many of you are family members. I understand that sometimes YouTube looks askance if you use the S word, but if you have clicked that S button, I am very grateful. Because I will be coming out with more content. I haven't lately, but I will have. I'll be getting back into my regular pattern, which I intend to be my regular Sunday readings, most of which are pre-recorded. Well, actually, all of which are pre-recorded. They're poetry readings. because we all need a little beauty in our lives. We all need a lot of beauty in our lives. I'm going to do Topic Tuesdays. I'm going to do Fwip Thursdays, which this was supposed to be, except it's Friday now, so it's a Fwip Fwiday. And then there will be other things as the need arises. Anyway, let's look at the comments again. Schnitzel, what am I missing? Schnitzel? Schnauzer, oh, Schnauzer, shiitake, schnitzel, strawberry. Well, I love schnauzers, and I love schnitzel. I think I like shiitake mushrooms. I adore strawberries. Actually, I have a scar right here on a cheekbone that was incurred when I was a small child at a strawberry festival. I ran headlong into a barbed wire fence. And I was very lucky to only be injured here and not here. But I have always loved strawberries. They're like my favorite fruit. Hookhook says, my puppy was born 8 days ago. He's 6 hours away and my puppy already wants to visit him. Oh, Hookhook, when do you get to bring him home? Oh, Star, yes, the older ones. Yes, one of my dreams is to have a rescue operation, possibly a rescue farm for senior rescue dogs. I would love that. I would love that more than anything. Now, I sometimes think of ways that it might happen, but I would need tons and tons of help from people and in terms of actual work, as well as money. My grandmother's farm is still in the family. It belongs to my uncle's family. My uncle, alas, he died last summer. So it belongs to his, to my aunt and his children. I don't know what the situation is, but that would be perfect to be modified and turned into a pet rescue farm, because there's lots of land for roaming. I don't think it's difficult. Zoning issues and utilities might be a challenge because it's rural, but I can't even talk about putting that into action until I actually make a few other more immediate changes in my life. So it remains a dream right now. I can't even call it a long-term dream. I don't know what to call it in any case. But to benefit senior dogs, if any of you are familiar with, I know their Instagram accounts, they're probably Facebook accounts as well. In fact, I'm sure they are. One is the Asher House, which is in the Pacific Northwest, I believe. One is Marley's Mutts, which is in Southern California. Another is Hope for Paws, also in Southern California. Another is Vet Ranch, which is in Texas. All of these are about rescue dogs and cats. And there are so many other channels outlets, I would encourage everybody to support your local or nearby rescue operations, and encourage people to adopt rescues rather than buying purebred puppies. Now, there's nothing wrong with purebred puppies. There's not a thing in the world wrong with purebred puppies. But there is a very great need for homes for rescue dogs. And unless you want to show them and get prizes, I think that adopting rescue puppies and rescue adult dogs is a much more noble act. And rescue dogs always are very, very grateful. Anyway, off my soapbox. Enough about, no, there's never enough about puppies. I'm never going to stop talking about puppies. You cannot make me stop talking about puppies. But I noticed that Fiber said something about a shawl. Now, Fiber, you saw pictures of your, of how I did your corded, hold on a second, it's on the other side of the room. I'm back. Did you miss me? Okay, this is Fiber Spider's corded, what's it called? Corded fan stitch or corded something shawl. I can't remember the exact name. If you look on Fiber Spider's channel, you will see the tutorial. This was 2 skeins of this. It's interesting. I have this shawl, which I think is beautiful. I really do. Actually, the more I look at it, looking at it now, it's been folded up in a corner for a week or so, and now looking at it again, I think I'm really quite pleased with myself, I have to say. In any case, let's see. So, what was I saying about Fiber's corded fan stitch shawl? Something like that. Anyway, look on Fiber's channel. It's a beautiful, and it's not a difficult pattern. It's one of those things that has a repeat of several rows, but once you get into the routine, it really, it's easy. Ha! Hook Hook says when her husband goes to the store and asks if she wants anything, she tells him she wants a bucket of puppies. When my sister goes to the store and asks if I want anything, I say a winning lotto ticket. She hasn't brought one back yet. Oh, Naughty Canuck, were you not here before I put it on? Let's see. Okay, you want to see the sweater? Okay, here we go. That's the front. This variegated yarn, and also all of this yellow yarn, I frogged from old projects. This variegated yarn, it's not a great texture. I've said before that it is the sort of yarn that gives acrylic a bad name. Okay, let's see. Corded shell. That's exactly it. Naughty Canuck. Hook. Well, Hook, I know more about puppies than I know about money. And I would have to agree with you. Let's see. What else have we got? Actually, I like it. The more, when you first finish something, I don't know if you guys experience this. When you first finish something, you just want it done and out of your hands, and you want to toss it aside. Or that's my experience. And then sometimes it takes a few days, sometimes a few weeks, sometimes longer. Then I reevaluate it, and I think, that's pretty nice. Look at that. So, I actually, as far as the colors go, now, let's see, I'm showing you, this is the bottom. I've got a uniform hem, this ribbing business on the front and back panels and on both sleeves. And then I have this blue stripe on both sleeves. And then I have this variegated business on front and back and both sleeves. And then I have some of the blue. And then on the front, I decided to see what I could do with tiling. And I sort of like the way it turned out. Next time I might try 3 different tiled patterns. Next time I have enough scraps to do this, because it was really all scraps. And then I had this yellow. I had a ton of it because, as I mentioned, it was from a sweater that I had frogged. Okay, what am I missing? Okay, Hook, I will be your soulmate. Just tell me what you drive. Or basically, Hook, tell me what kind of car you're going to give me. That's the question. Denisha, hi, Mary. Fiber Spider. This happens to me too with some projects. Comfy, cozy. I've definitely experienced that before, especially with large projects done. Now I don't want to see it for a while. Sometimes, in fact, when I'm done, or when I'm in the finishing stages, I'm not as careful. I just want to get it done. It's like what they tell you in it's like oh, I saw something else and now I've gotten distracted. I don't know what I was saying. Naughty Canuck says, if you go to Fiber Spider's channel to look for the corded shell tutorial, you are not going to be able to choose what to make next. It's true. He has a ton of tutorials, and I have made quite a few of his projects. I've made some of his hats. I've made some of his shawls. I can do the Which Way Fillet blanket in my sleep. Even though he says it's not his own design, his tutorial is the best that I've seen. Hook says, Hook, your dream car is a Jaguar? Oh, honey, sit by me. We'll talk. I'll teach you better. Oh, Trisha. Oh, I didn't realize you were here, Trisha. Oh, are you getting rain too on the other side of Wilmington? But you say you've always had rescue animals, which I think is good. Denisha says she doesn't drive at all. Katrina, coffee. Look at her run. Uh-oh. Oh, Tricia loves the shawl. Actually, it's a beautiful shawl. And the yarn is beautiful. The yarn is beautiful. So, actually, let me, where was that other cake of yarn that I had in my hand? Oh, here it is. What do you think this would be? I have 2 cakes of this. It's the same weight, the same yardage as this Valkyrie. That I made the fiber spider shawl from. So, knowing my repertoire, what do you think this would be? I have 2 cakes of this. Both cakes are 590 yards. Okay, what time is it now? It's 4:51. Okay, people. At 5 o'clock, I promised Granny D I would do this. I said I would go on at 4, and then at 5 o'clock I would steer her over to Granny D's Live at 5 stream. And I'll get that link now and see if I can find it. Okay. That's not it. Let's see, what should I do? That's not it. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I'm just now posting Granny D's link. At 5 o'clock, when we close here, I want you all to go over and say hi to Granny D. But not until then, okay? Let's see. I don't know what to do with this mic. I haven't had any complaints about the audio, so I'm assuming things are okay. Hey, Yarn Addict. Hey, Tris. Oh, Tris wants to know what my dream car is. How much time do you have? I used to be a BMW kind of guy. And in fact, I have owned 2 BMWs and enjoyed them very much. Particularly the second one. The second one, I will see if I can find it and post a picture of it on my Instagram. It was my 50th birthday present to myself. I was quite impressed with my own generosity. It was a 535i with all-wheel drive. I loved that car. But BMWs, as they age, they don't really age well. Let's see if that helps. It helps a little. Now I'm more of a Lexus kind of guy. I've never owned a Lexus. I have owned Toyotas, and I know them to be legendary for reliability and endurance. So I think if money were not an object, my next car would be a Lexus LS or possibly a GS. They're not, I think they've stopped making GSs because they maybe they didn't sell well enough, but an LS. Lexus LS, even LS 400 from 20 years ago, they're going strong with 200, 300,000 miles. All you have to do is take care of them, which you would want to do with any car anyway. Okay. Yes. Oh. Well, Naughty Connect says, do we call it the Dave raid? Except for the fact that I hate to be called Dave, but call it the call it what you want. Just tell her that. I mean, she knows. She was here briefly, in fact. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, Star, you love your BMW. I loved my BMW when I had it. Let's see. Freeze Baby's Fiber Frolic. Oh, I don't believe I know you, do I? I'm glad to meet you. Do we call it the Dave Raid? Oh, I'm glad my audio is working. Oh, Tris, I had a Camry for years and years and years and years and years. Oh, and Tris, I watch so many different automotive channels in addition to the crochet channels. Heart Song, I'm not sure I know exactly what the car you mentioned is. Ah! Yes, Tris, call it the Pager Posse. Yes, please. Oh, hey, Granny. Yes. I'm sending people over to you at 5 o'clock. Hook, hook. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. I hope you have a really good service contract and a good relationship with a tow truck driver if you have a Jaguar. That is all I can say. Let's see, yarn editors. Oh, a Mitsubishi's. Oh, is that from back when Mitsubishis were good? Nowadays, Mitsubishis get a lot of hate in the automotive press. A number of the Asian car makers have the companies have changed hands, the standards have changed hands, and you don't know what you're getting. And that's even happened with Chrysler Dodge products in the U.S. because you've got Fiat and Alfa Romeo, and Fiat. They used to say Fiat stands for "Fix It Again, Tony." So anyway, there are a few car brands that are legendary for reliability and endurance. And there are some that are legendary for performance. It depends on what you want. If you want to do burnouts and donuts and that sort of thing, what the young people do, I don't understand that. I never have. Then your opinion is going to differ from mine. I want something that is going to start every time I want to start it, and that is going to be easy to service on a regular, periodic basis. And when something breaks, because things do break over time, it's going to be not so difficult to fix those things as well. And there are a few manufacturers that stand up to that ideal, and they're not necessarily the manufacturers that are known for performance. Now, I could talk about cars forever. I love cars. I always have. I've been subscribing to Motor Trend. And, well, nowadays I'm a little bit cynical about Motor Trend, but I've been subscribing since probably I was 12, maybe 10, because I've always loved cars. I think the first The first book I ever read as a child was called Go Dogs Go. It was about dogs and cars. What more do you need to know? Anyway, okay, what am I missing in the comments? Yarn Addict, I'm glad you're here. Exactly, Tris. Beautiful makes a difference. I think I've spoken at length and in fact cried about beauty is how beauty is my connection to the divine. You know, a beautiful car is still beauty. Yes, Heart Song, if you care about performance. You know, I don't need to go faster than anyone else. I just need to get there. You know, I long ago stopped comparing myself to other people for my own sanity. And that has to include, you know, cars taking off at the stoplight. My car gets me to the store. My car gets me to the yarn store. So what more do you need? Okay, is it? Oh dear, it's 5 o'clock. I need to let you all go. Did I give you Granny D's link? Let me see. Okay. Oh no. Okay, let me see. Okay, I think that's Granny D's link. I have to let you all go and encourage you to go and join Granny D right now. And I have really enjoyed this. Thank you so much for joining me here. And I love you all. Please subscribe, comment, like, you know, all the stuff. Share. The more you interact, the more YouTube thinks I'm a thing. So there we go. Thank you so much, everybody. And I'm going to close right now. Bye-bye.